Hey guys, one last thing for today. I want to go over how to answer the question that we practiced when we were talking about central idea. It had to do with the idea that new discoveries can lead to surprises. When we last worked on this, we read Lonnie Johnson, about Lonnie Johnson and his Super Soaker. And just as a review, we had talked about how new discoveries leading to surprises can be broken down just like you see here on the screen. The question is, how does the article support the idea that new discoveries can lead to surprises? Use details from the article to support your answer. So we had said that the new discovery for Lonnie was this new idea of using water and air pressure instead of the chemical R12, which led to the surprise of a high pressure stream of water, perfect for a water gun. So if I was to answer this question using details from the story, well, my details are actually going to come with what he was surprised with and how he had discovered something. For example, Lonnie was surprised when, and here's a detail, water came shooting out of the hose he attached to the faucet. Okay, he had discovered, now here are my details, a new way for using water and air pressure in cooling systems instead of the deadly chemical R12. When he turned on the faucet, the water shot out and led to his invention of the Super Soaker. So my details will actually come in as I explain what the surprise was and what discovery led to that surprise. I hope that makes sense. We're going to practice this today on a Padlet, so I'll be able to tell if you've got it or not. So today we're going to use a small passage about Jane Goodall, and a lot of you already know who she is, but she was a primatologist, so she studied chimpanzees mainly. But I want you to listen to the passage and notice how I highlighted words in the passage that are also found in the question. Okay, Jane Goodall is a very famous primatologist. She is a scientist who studies a group of mammals called primates. By the way, if I had underlined primatologist, you could have used that next sentence to tell me what primatologist means because it gives you the definition. So a primatologist is a scientist who studies a group of mammals called primates. Okay, this includes humans, monkeys, gorillas, and chimpanzees. Before Goodall's work, people thought chimpanzees were herbivores. She discovered that they eat meat too. Okay, now I've underlined herbivores. If I was to ask you what herbivores means, you could use the next sentence to help you out. And in this case, it would be using antonyms to figure out what the word means. That's my context clue strategy. So she thought they were herbivores, but then she discovered that they eat meat too. So herbivores must be animals that don't eat meat. They must eat plants. Okay. She discovered they could make and use tools. She was fascinated as she observed them using blades of grass and sticks as tools to get food, like termites. She also learned over time that chimps express many of the same feelings as people. She watched them attack other monkeys out of anger, but also lovingly interact with each other as well. Overall, she was surprised to find that chimpanzees are a lot like humans. Because of her work, she has taught people so much more about primates and has protected chimpanzees and their habitats due to her activism. Okay, so now we're going to try to answer this question. How does this article support the idea that new discoveries can lead to surprises? You're going to use details from the article to support your answer. And I've already created the thinking map for you. So I suggest when you take your quiz, you do the same thing with the article that you read. For this article, the discovery is that chimpanzees eat meat, make tools, and have human-like feelings. And the surprise was that chimpanzees are a lot like humans. So what I want you to try now is I want you to go to the next step and click on the Padlet, and I want you to answer this question based on the Jane Goodall article that I just read to you. Make sure that you put your name as the title and your answer to the question underneath. Okay, good luck. I'll be checking as you work.